Hello. I don't know how I'm going to get over being on the liver transplant list. I mean, obviously I have no sort of precedent for any of this, so I don't know the stages I'm going to go through. I mean, I'm sure there's the basic morning stages. But I don't know. I had a really good day yesterday. Instead of just being out in the courtyard to get some sun, I went up on the roof and I looked out at the ocean and I listened to music. I have a playlist on YouTube of stuff that isn't on Spotify, so it's just like this random assortment of weird things, commercial tunes, unreleased bootlegs, obscure bands that somehow haven't made it to Spotify, and it was nice. It was really nice. I got lots of sun. I came in here, came back, and I listened to music, and I chatted to a couple people. It was lovely. Until the mail came, and I got the same letter that I got electronically that I read whenever that was. I got it, a hard copy. And it was just like, I was like, skipping through the day, smiling, happy, like, okay, and then it's like, zoom, immediately, just back down. I've put the letter in the binder so it's not like here actively staring me in the face. But like, it's almost as if UCLA just cannot resist reminding me. If I get even just like feeling normal for 2 seconds, like, no, they're gonna find some way to get in contact. I have the appointment with my hepatologist, a video appointment on the 15th, which is nice. I plan to ask her about branched chain amino acids. There's a lot of studies on that in cirrhosis, and I want to just see what she thinks about it. And I want to, get from her, like, how is it going to work from here? If she can tell me, I don't know. I might need to speak to my point of contact, the RN. It looks like, based on my MELD score, I'm going to get blood taken quarterly, and of course, 6-month imaging and blood for cancer. For liver cancer, to make sure that it doesn't develop in my cirrhotic liver. I'm not super worried about that because they will catch it, every 6 months, that's fine. I have no problem with doing that, with getting my blood taken. It's going to be weird to me to start recognizing people, but this is what it is, This is how I would rather start recognizing people down here than have to go up to UCLA every twice a year for imaging and stuff. And I mean, if I have to go for imaging, I have to go. If it's an insurance thing, then I'd rather go to UCLA than have to pay X thousands of dollars every 6 months, because it's not going to get paid, not anytime soon. I just can't lay my hands on that kind of money. So we'll see how it goes. But for now, important, I want to talk about branched chain amino acids. I know she's not really my nutritionist, so I wouldn't want to talk to her too deeply about supplements, but, she is a hepatologist. She is the one with any liver questions. People are, calling and texting, and they're pretty concerned, and I appreciate that. Thank you. It's really rough. Like, I always think, like, how am I going to be when the news happens? And, well, the news happened, It may not be the worst news in the world. My mortality is pretty okay at the moment. But it's very serious, and I don't have any tools. I mean, I'm sure I'm building my own tools daily. Like I've had to do my whole life. And eventually I'll be okay, you know. I can't imagine it's always going to be bad news down the line. I can't imagine it's just going to be a straight trajectory down to transplant. I'm sure with the meds and the diet and the exercise, you know, I'm doing pretty good with my steps. You know, I'm getting extra sun, extra time outside, doing extra, just trying to make better decisions all around. Not that I was making bad decisions, but you can always fine tune. My roommate bought me a box full of gluten-free desserts yesterday, which were nice. There's from Ethel's. There's a raspberry crumble, lemon crumble, something that looks like turtles. It's like they're cakes, but it's probably with caramel, you know, and turtles, the candy. There's a coffee cake one, brownies. So, and they're really interesting. The texture is not gluten-y at all. It's more powdery, but I kind of like that. And I could see myself actually getting used to it. They're moist, but they don't have the chewiness. Instead, it comes off as a powderiness. Kind of like, there's these Mexican candies. They're like a flat, circular, I think they're like almond. They're very sweet. It's kind of like that texture if anybody's ever had any of those candies. They have a rose on them. I used to get them all the time when I was a kid. It's a little bit like that texture, which I could totally get used to. I will miss still the gluten-y chewiness in pastries like that, but the taste is on point, right? But, you know, texture is also an issue, and I would rather have crumbly, sandy than hard. So if those are our two options with gluten-free, just give me sandy, because I can handle that. I had a chicken sandwich yesterday, and boy, eventually it just turned into an open face sandwich, and then eventually it just turned into, well, I'll have this lunch meat wrapped in the cheese, because it was like biting into concrete. So I can't really toast it. I have to figure out something to make gluten-free bread palatable, because sandwiches are such a good way to get protein quickly. Yeah. I don't know. I realize that my blood work is fine. My bilirubin is, or has been, traditionally going down, and it's good. And it isn't as if I'm going to need a transplant tomorrow. And the longer I can stay healthy and compensated, the longer I can wait for new therapies or drugs to happen for cirrhosis. And I think with the uptick in liver diseases, I don't think that's outside of the realm of possibility at this point. I think there's going to be a lot of money going into liver diseases if so many people are just getting sick, because odds are some rich people are going to be getting sick, or some rich people's children, or somebody rich people love, and then they're going to start giving money to this research, and things are going to start happening. And I've read that, and this is just like Reddit chatter, so, you know, it's, take it with a grain of salt, but there is some, like, very, very wealthy person who is pumping money into cirrhosis research because a loved one is sick. Now, that could just be tinfoil hat thinking that you get on the internet, who knows, but it's possible. And I know there are pre-trials all over the world, so we'll see. I just gotta hang on. Just gotta be okay for a while. And with that, I will talk to you at some point, probably fairly soon. And thank you for watching.